Hey there, brother. This is Steve Horseman with Good Guys to Great Men. How are you today? I got a question from a guy in our community last night, and it's a common question, but he worded it a little bit differently. It's about how long do you wait in a bad marriage? How long is too long? We call it sometimes limbo land. Limbo land is this state that we make up in our mind where we feel stuck. We feel like we're in quicksand and nothing's moving, nothing's going anywhere. You're not sure what the outcome is going to be. So limbo land is this state of uncertainty. And it's impatient, it's frustrating, it's aggravating because you don't know when things are going to be different. In the case of a stagnant marriage, you want them to be better. You want them to be better than they are now. How long do I wait before things get better? Before something happens where she starts treating me differently, where we start having more sex, to where we stop fighting so much, to where we feel better with each other, to where we can sit on the couch and watch TV and laugh together. Who knows what that end point is? Every time a guy says, how long is too long to live in limbo land? And that was the question. How long is too long to live in limbo land? It really depends on what you mean by limbo land. I want to get to the spiritual notion of this in a second, but let's talk practically. If you're in a marriage where there's very little intimacy, very little affection, things are kind of cold and they're distant and disconnected. Let's say there's nothing horrible going on. Nobody's beating up each other. There's no threats of violence, right? There's not even a threat of divorce. It's just kind of stagnant and cold. The question, how long do I do this? Well, the question is, how long have you been working on it? How long have you been working on the variables inside of you? How much have you been working on understanding relationship dynamics and midlife crises and hormonal changes in women? How empathetic and compassionate have you been toward her? What does she think that you think about her on a daily basis? Does she see an impatient, frustrated, judgmental, angry man waiting for her to change? He feels stuck in limbo land or concrete boots, and he's angry and impatient. Is that what she's been dealing with? You'll be in limbo land for nearly forever, I can tell you that. Guys who get out of limbo land, that is moving from cold to warm, moving from no intimacy to more affection, moving from negative regard and suspicion to positive regard and compassion. Guys who do that understand that there is a process in place. It's like, how long is it going to take me to become a virtuoso guitarist? I play guitar, I suck. And how long do I have to wait before I get better at guitar? I happen to know that it's going to be forever because I know I don't have it in me to do the work, the kind of work that good guitar players do to become good. Good golfers do work to become good golfers. People who have good marriages, men who become good husbands and good men, do work. Consistent, repetitive, mind-numbingly boring. It's a process of wanting to be better by being better in the way that you show up every day. Now, I can tell you that limbo land, you've stayed in limbo land too long if you know in your heart and you know in your soul that you have done everything you know how to do. You've learned everything you know how to learn. You've talked all you can talk. She's had all the opportunities to join you in the life and the values and the relationship principles you want to live by. You've been solid, you've been fair, you've been compassionate, you've been kind, you've been patient, and you've done everything. And let's say on top of that, she's told you, let's say in marriage counseling, I know who you are, I know what you want, I know what you believe in, I know the type of relationship you want in your life. And I'm here to tell you, sweetheart, I am never going to be that woman for you. I will never feel that way about you again. And some guys will say, oh, so you're saying I still have a chance? And that's kind of funny. Sometimes women tell you exactly what it is they believe and what they feel and what is true, and guys still won't accept the answer. You're probably staying too long if you are crystal clear about the work you've done and she's been crystal clear about what she wants, yet you haven't let go. That's probably too long. And the funny thing about this, when guys finally let go and say, I'm out of limbo land, either I'm going to get divorced or I'm going to stop worrying about it, when they do this work, all of a sudden things soften. The pressure is released. The time bomb stops ticking. So some guys will say, I'm going to get out of limbo land because I want to just stay here in the family, in this house, in this marriage, and stop worrying about limbo land. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of my kids. I'm going to take care of my wealth. I'm going to take care of my health. I'm going to focus on things that make me happy and bring me life. And I'll give her time and space just to do that. Some guys get out of limbo land because they decide they are not in limbo land. This is the spiritual thing I was referring to earlier. You're only in limbo land if you think you're in limbo land. If you think there's something that's supposed to happen and there's a time bomb ticking or I've been taken advantage of, if you think those things, you're going to think you've been in there too long. So some guys will stay and consciously say, nope, I'm just going to do some more work. I'm going to give myself more time. I'm going to be more patient. And some guys have decided that they know enough. They have done enough work. They've talked enough. They've done enough counseling. And she's been crystal clear that what she wants more than anything is to be lovingly let go. And that guy can get out of limbo land by saying, okay, I'm dropping the rope. And some guys have to actually go to the lawyer and get the papers or to the county and start filling papers out and start the process. This is the hardest thing because as soon as you pick up a blue ink pen and you have papers in front of you, it feels very scary, very final. It feels very sad. But again, when guys do this, when they're clear and calm and confident in themselves and they get out of limbo by doing that, what they find out is that things soften. She starts to say, what's your hurry? Why are you going so fast? It seems like you're trying to rush us through this. And you may laugh and you go, well, you've made it pretty clear that we are no longer going to be an item, so I'm going to offer you what you've asked for. And it's odd, sometimes that whole new conversation starts there. And she might say, I didn't mean now. And you're taking me too seriously. I really want what you want, but sometimes I'm scared I'll never have it. Can't we just stay quiet and work on this more? And some guys will go, well, I'm going back into limbo. No, you're not going back into limbo. You're going into a new state of mind about what's happening right now. Remember, limbo is a state of mind. If you think you're in it, you're in it. If you don't think you're in it and you know you're on the path to something different, you're not in limbo anymore. So I hope that helps you if you're feeling stuck or feeling like you're in quicksand and everything is happening to you instead of you happening to it. I want you to start thinking that you can create something better. You can decide to stay and work and make that your mission, or you can decide that you're going to begin the disillusionment and the separation and the end of your marriage, which leads to a whole nother set of doors that open. You're not done. This mission isn't done no matter what you pick. So don't get too caught up in thinking, when am I going to get out of limbo? Think about what you're doing to change your mindset so you don't think you're even in limbo, that you're in charge of a whole new process. I hope that helps you, brother. Bye-bye.